So I got a big request that people want to see stuff that is viable for new players without talents and can kind of be played in PvP as well. So what I'm going to show you today is a Maiev deck that has a really high skill cap ceiling, but is very easy to play. It teaches you a lot of fundamentals about PvP, and frankly uses a lot of units that are relatively accessible. Safe pilot you get early on, Quilboar and a Gryphon Rider should be relatively easy. And I think overall, like, this is just a really solid deck that is quite difficult to deal with. And I'm going to show you loads and loads of games that I played today in kind of the 1000 to 2000 honor rating bracket. This deck can take you all the way up to 2000 honor very easily. It has some bad matchups. I'm going to show you, I think, one loss that I thought was really interesting. And overall, it's just a very, very, very powerful deck. By the way, thank you to my channel members. You can see them on the screen below. So let's talk through the units. I'm borrowing this section from Big Math, by the way, because he is really good at doing this. So I'm kind of doing something similar. Maiev is a really interesting unit. She essentially is very expensive from the outset, but her cost is reduced for each Unbound troop that you play. So you're supposed to use Maiev as a high impact unit. Like, when you reduce her cost, she comes on as a very, very good value for money unit, does a lot of damage. When she's unstealthed, her first attack from an unstealth hits a big AoE around her that even hits flying units. She can take out flying units with her first attack. Worgen. Worgen is, I think, a unit that gets infinitely better with his premeditation talent, but it's a good unit for taking out backline single targets. So things like Huntress, things like Necromancer. Worgen is pretty good at doing that, and his physical damage. Safe pilot, you guys know what she does. She's a big AoE. Essentially, she's like a spell. She does a lot of AoE damage when she lands, and then she charges up an attack. Much better with her gnomish cloaking device talent, but again, we're doing an untalented run here so that you guys can see how this plays versus no talents. Quilboar, cheap tank. Cheap, amazing tank. It is resistant, so it's better versus elemental damage. So really good at tanking things like Blackrock Pyromancer, can pull aggro from Rend Blackhand easily and from Drake, etc. But it's also very valuable at drawing tower aggro. It can take quite a few shots before it goes down. In general, I think one of the most adaptable tanks in the game, which is why I really like it and why you'll see it used in a lot of high tier decks. Gryphon Rider, no talents again. Even with no talents, I think Gryphon Rider is pretty strong. It uses, I think personally, is one of the better defensive air units in the game. You drop it behind your tower when someone is attacking it or close to it, and it will clean up most things. It's another good alternative to Harpies, because Harpies are in this deck as well. Very, very good at clearing ground units, but Gryphon Rider is a cheaper alternative that can do the same thing. Dark Iron Miner. The reason that we include Dark Iron Miner is for two reasons. It is unbound, so it reduces the cost of Maiev, and secondly, on this map specifically, on Alterac Valley, it's very good at immediately trying to contest your opponent's gold mine, which you'll see me do several times over, which is why I've included it. And finally, Harpies. Why am I including Harpies? Well, Harpies plus Quilboar is a nice combo for taking down towers or taking down big units, and without Harpies, this deck significantly lacks DPS. Harpies will help clear out tougher ground units. Obviously better if we had the poison talent for tanks, but overall Harpies are super strong, highest DPS unit in the game, and if you can get them onto the enemy base or get them onto any big enemy units, they will kind of shred through it very nicely. So you're going to see a couple of examples of that as well. We're going to jump into games. I'm not the best at talking through my decisions. I do a lot of and do this, and do this, and drop this, and drop this, but hopefully you guys will get the idea for how the deck's played over the course of the games that I show you. If you like the content, feel free to subscribe. Ideally, I want to have a Dark Iron Miner in my opening hand to immediately control his mine, and I want to be able to safe pilot one of my chests. Just waiting for this guy. We're not playing bots anymore, which is nice. And I'm showing you this at even levels without talents. This deck can be played very easily without talents. Dark Iron Miner. He split his... Interesting. He's split... Donk, donk, donk. See, look, I just dropped all of my unbounds in one area. We are unbothered by a double Tirion push. In fact, actually, we're just going to drop Harpies down the middle because they're so good at dealing with this kind of thing. That's a nice Bat Rider, actually. Got this. I'm probably going to safe pilot this Blackrock Pyromancer's head. Yeah, it was a good thing that I did that because I wanted the chest. Nice, we got it. So I'd like to drop these here. Drop these here. Dark Iron Miner can go over here. This guy can go over here. This guy can go over here. So I'm dropping them at separate locations in the base because... Oh, that's not good. Dropping them at separate locations in the base because I don't want him to get caught all in one go like this. And his Blackrock Pyromancer is not actually threatening all of my units. That's why I dropped them all in separate locations. But I think it should be fine. Again, now he's committed some resources. We're just going to unbound his base again. Should be able to win with one hit. There we go. This deck is just about... It's a horrible deck to play against, and it really requires... The only skill that this deck requires is to know, like, how to very quickly control all resources on the map. And then you just kind of outvalue your opponent by playing, like, high-value units. So, again, the reason why I dropped Unbound minis in different corners of the base is that so he couldn't just AoE them down. The only thing that would really prove a problem in that situation is Blizzard. And there's so much room for error in this deck because everything is so cheap. Okay, I think this guy's a bot because he's got no guild, but then I can't always tell because we're obviously quite early on into the... No, bots actually would load a lot quicker than that, I think. We do that. We just, again, you're seeing me do this combo. Yeah, it's not a bot because it's got a skin. You're seeing me do this kind of combo over and over again at the moment. It's fine. What I'm going to do... We should be fine here. This guy's not particularly threatening. We don't need to rush the base any harder than we already have done. To do this. The reason I'm doing this is obviously just secure chests again. What is my... Why has... Okay, I don't really know what I just saw there, if I'm honest with you. Drop this on his head. Do this. I'll drop this one on this side. Drop this one on this side. Just trying to get chip damage in on the base now. Okay, so he's decided that he wants to kind of just go all in, which is fair enough. You're more than welcome to do that, but I think he's just lost. This wasn't a bot, by the way. Bots don't actually run skins as far as I'm aware, so this was just a guy without a guild. The game plan for this deck is the same every single time. This deck will be much easily counterable as you get to higher levels. No shadow of a doubt. Especially once you start to find people with talents, because obviously we're running out of talents. This deck has got some easy counters, and people know how to play against Unbound decks. So yeah, I don't want to say this deck is insane as the game progresses, because I know this deck has weaknesses. You know, this deck has very obvious weaknesses really as the game progresses. Now this guy is also, see where we are. Oh, we're up to level 3 now, so. Gonna just do this. Do that. I want to turn Blood Mage Thalnos away from my... This. I'm gonna do it like that. I'm turning Blood Mage Thalnos away. He's gone... Interesting, okay. He's got a... I do not mind sacrificing a safe pilot to kill all these things. And now I just need to try and draw a bit of aggro. He's done a good safe pilot there. Oh, I should have actually... I'm going to have to drop Harpies. Okay, so we've done quite a lot of damage on that push. Honestly. Drop safe pilot on this. Do this.
I mean, I don't mind him taking that. It's not the worst thing in the world. Oh, we did. We won. So a little bit of a different game plan. We had to be a bit more sort of... This guy obviously was a bit better than some of the people that we've been playing so far. Still playing with no talents, by the way. So showing you it's very easy. Haven't lost the game yet. I really do want to show you guys a loss because I want to show you that this deck is very easily counterable at certain levels. But obviously everyone at this elo with no... I can't play with no talents at my elo because you just won't win. So playing with no talents at this elo shows you that you guys with the right tactics can climb very quickly to above 1,000 honor, like really easily. Okay, we're against a Baron deck. Only Fangs, which I think is the name of a private World of Warcraft server that a lot of influencers play on. Don't quote me on that. Okay, we're going to immediately do this. We're going to drop that. I'm going to unburrow here just so that he can't take that immediately. And I'm going to try and chomp him there. I'm then going to do that to kill the kobold. Because I don't want the kobold getting all of the... Nice. This is proving to be a little bit more dangerous, but not so much so that it's... What's here? So there's nothing here that can kill my Harpies. So that's fine. Drop that in defense. Do this again. And do this again, so I get complete eco control for the time being. Do this. And I now need to drop stuff that's going to put pressure on. Can we kill that? No, we can't. Okay, never mind. This is okay. Just trying to split up my deck a little bit. Drop him there. We're doing some damage. We're doing some damage. That's the main thing. We've been able to be a bit more liberal with our usage of our gold, and I can now drop a Dark Iron Miner there as well. So I'm going to continue to have very good eco control. Do this. I think I messed that up. I did. Never mind. I do this. Do this again from different angles. Harpies are just here because they're probably one of the highest DPS units in the game, so there is an answer to them. They deal a load of damage. I think that should be enough to get the win. There we go. We win. I always say do this, do this, do this. Okay, I don't think we're versus a bot because it's taking a long time to load in. It's just probably someone that doesn't have a Ooh, I messed it up. Okay, this guy doesn't actually have full. This guy doesn't actually have full level 3s, which is crazy. To use a lot to get that, but I think we should be enough. Drop this in defense, and then I'm going to have to drop... Ooh, interesting, interesting. This is fine. Got to drop Harpies on the old Baron Rivendare head. Look at this guy go. He's not a bad player. Not a bad little player, guys. Do this. Got to get a bit of damage on the base, which I'm doing. This guy's not terrible though. Not terrible. I have not been upset with the level of play that I've seen from this guy. Like, I've seen significantly worse from higher level players. But I think we are just going to spam him down. This deck is so cheap. It's unbelievable. Do that because I've just seen him use 4 gold on a necromancer, so he's probably not going to have an answer to a push on his base, which he isn't. Okay. I just saw him use 4 gold for a necromancer, so I was like, it's pretty safe to go for the unbound push now. Sorry, you guys can hear my It was because it's a why is he blizzarding my base? That is a complete waste of money. Oh wait, he's not moving. Oh no. Oh well, whatever, I got him anyway apparently. Okay. Try and again make this as easy as possible. Get my units round. Killed the. Do that. Take that tablet. Take that back. Okay, this has not gone too badly. Got that over the top. Huntress's balance don't go into stealth, which is quite nice. Oh. You guys can't see, but I have managed to mess up the... There we go, sorry. I have to try and... Okay, I think we're good. Nice, we did it. Blizzard is actually something that counters this deck quite heavily. So far, we lost because we misplayed a Tirion matchup, thinking that it was just Core Hounds, and thought, well, if you're playing Core Hounds, there's no way that you're playing Core Hounds and Footmen. But he was playing Core Hounds and Footmen. You just need to kind of blitz the map. Okay, we get another Baron here. Let's see what type of game he offers. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Drop that immediately. He is playing a Reinhardt Baron, which is kind of annoying. So I'm gonna drop this. I'm just gonna screw that that chest. And then I'm going to do this. I'm basically going to go all in on his base, just here. Don't have many good anti-air options, apart from a safe pilot. Which is fine. Do that. Okay. Okay, we've done okay here. Yeah, he's dropped a wolf, but I don't think that really helps. Gonna go all in on the base. So he's not gonna, I don't think he will respond. Oh, he's actually trying to... Is He's actually trying to... Interesting. He's trying to go for the defense on his tower when his base is crumbling. Has he got well pegs? Has he got flame burst? No, he hasn't got flame burst. Interesting. He's still desperate to go for the defense on this. That's very interesting. While his base is getting destroyed, he's so desperate to go for the defense. Oh well, we won. He was so desperate to go for the defense on his tower that we just ended up winning. Alright. I mean, again, I'm running no talents here, and I'm obviously now facing people with talents where it is becoming harder. I'm showing you that it's possible to win versus people with talents, even if you don't have talents, and at even levels, as you've got here. You only need a level of 9 to get a PvP level of 3, which is very possible on a free-to-play account. My free-to-play account basically has a deck full of level 9s almost, or like level 9s, level 10s. So you can get up to 2000 honor really easily with a deck like this. This deck also teaches you a lot about aggro mechanics and tower mechanics. It's a good deck for learning, and a good deck to learn how to control the map as well. Okay, we're against the Grommash. So once again, we are going to try and be aggressive with our forward-taking. Interesting. I'm not going to do much else with that, I don't think, until I'm going to drop him here, do that, do that. I'm just, again, going to try and be very aggressive with taking resources away from the map, because this deck wins through controlling resources. This guy has got a talent, as we can see. Do this. Okay, so he's running the mirror image talent, but he's gone over the wrong way. Okay, he's also running, oh, he's also got a talent on these guys. That's interesting. He's running the 3-boom talent, which actually I don't think is that good. I'll do this over here, see if I can get behind his lines. I need to somehow take the... Okay, I'm going to go aggressive. We're dealing some damage, We'll go this way. We'll take out his Tauren like this. Nice. Oh, he has got an Ogre Magi. That is interesting. You don't see Ogre Magi very often. You really don't see Ogre Magi very often. Again, I'm going to just throw this here. I'm going to control the gold. He's trying to go for the side tower. Not really sure if that's going to be effective. Should take it down, which is okay. He's got the momentum talent on his Tauren as well. So this guy is paid. This guy's definitely a pay-to-win player. He's got not very high levels, but he's got talents. I think we might end up just about winning soon. Right, so I'm just going to unbound this guy, I think. A Dark-Eye Miner. Chomp! That was a good game. It showed you that there's a lot of talents on that guy. Had talent on practically every single one of his minis, but we still beat him. And we're not running any talents, and we were at even levels. So this deck is a good deck for just controlling the map and blowing up resources and trying to win through that way. The decks that we've lost to right now have been Baron decks, primarily. However, I feel like... I mean, I played that Tirion one horribly. And the Baron deck that I lost, I feel like I was not looking at the screen when I started the game. Oh, it's a Sylvanas deck. Interesting. So we're going to go aggressive, 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 aggressive. See what we did there? Basically controlled pretty much everything. I'm going to try and okay, I didn't one-shot Sylvanas there, which is a bit annoying. Okay, so I kind of messed up. Killed the Banshee though, which is the most important thing. And we are going to... This guy's got... What am I doing here? Wow, no, I've just... My friggin' Harpies are chasing after some blinking birds. Or is he just cheat death, the Harpies? I mean, I've played this horrendously, obviously. I'm just going to drop that there, drop that there. I want this tower. Okay, we've taken it, we've taken it. Timed that quite well. We're going to drop in from some different locations. So we're going in from all 4 angles of attack here. We're fine. Okay, I had no idea what this deck was. I kind of misplayed it at the start, but shows you that you can kind of get back on track relatively easily. And he had talents. You could see the chicken box had talents. He had cheat death on. I think he had poison on the Harpies as well. So he had talents. It's very, very possible. Just at this, and this, I think that this deck teaches you to be a good player because it teaches you to, you know, draw aggro at the right time stuff really well, like control resources. I think it's just a good deck for really learning. It's a bit of it used to be much more obnoxious because you could just spam the enemy base, but now you actually have to be smart with Unbound decks. You have to be a bit more dedicated to map control. Yes, okay, there's kind of a face roll tactic that I'm using over and over again, but this will be interesting. This is versus a spam deck, so it will be very interesting to see how this goes. Yeah, here we go. So versus a spam deck. I'm going to try and capture as many things in that blast as possible, and I'm going to try and blow these guys up. Nice. Okay. Okay, I think we handled that okay. That was a pretty... He's got a Molten Giant. Why has this dude got a Molten Giant? Molten Giant's level 4. Why has this guy got a meat wagon? Alright. This is not going that well. He's got another Molten Giant. This. This is going to be an interesting one. I have never seen this deck before in my life. I'm going to have to now try. Okay, we've got yet another Molten Giant. Yeah, this deck is very interesting. This deck is super interesting. I don't even know what to make of it. It probably wouldn't be so bad if I didn't have, if I wasn't like terrible at tank shredding. But I've never seen this deck before in my life, and I quite like it. That's interesting. That was really interesting. I have never seen that deck before in my life. It exposes one of the major weaknesses of this deck really nicely, which is that we just don't have tank shredding capabilities. So it exposes the weakness of this deck super nicely. But I've never seen that. Old Murk-Eye plus Meat Wagon Molten Giant. I might try it. I might try it and make a video on it and see how it goes. I might do it with talents though, just to see. But damn, that is a very interesting deck. The only problem is that Molten Giant has weaknesses to like poison harpies or elemental stuff, but that was cool. I have to hold my hands up and say that was actually pretty cool. I've never played a deck like that, and it exposes one of the major weaknesses of this. Like I said, it exposes one of the major weaknesses. I'm gonna drop that there, drop that there, drop that there. I'm gonna try and cycle to. Oh no! Please go back. I accidentally put him a little bit too far. Oh, I put you a bit too far. You bastard. No, I'm not going to let you get this gold. I want this gold. Wait, how did that not hit? I played this horrendously. I was obviously too in awe of what we just witnessed in the previous game. Please get 3 gold. Please get 3 gold. Please get 3 gold. That's fine. All right. I want to preferably have this. I want to preferably have this. Because that should basically one-shot. We should get to that to take it back, which is quite nice. Take that. Why he didn't go for my harpies there, I do not know. Probably could have waited for that. Take it out. Yeah. I think we win. Okay. I think that's enough to show you guys how this deck works and how it's quite capable of climbing to at least 2,000 honor, especially in the early levels of PvP. Great. No talent PvP deck requires minimal skill to get started, but it has a very high skill ceiling in terms of what you do with it. And it means that if any of you guys have Maiev, you can play it. Maiev is kind of crucial. So if you have Maiev, I would recommend, giving it a go. This deck without Maiev can be played, but I would just say it's significantly worse. But hopefully you guys enjoy it and give it a go.